I don't want nobody left out the loop or left out of this conversation. The movie Letters Design is a documentary about racism in the courts. It covers the criminality in the courts. All right? Like I said, it's Freedom Sunday. It's freedom, 4th of July. What does the 4th of July mean to a slave? Well, I'm a slave, and I'm going to show you what the 4th of July means to a slave in 2019. Frederick Douglass gave you the speech. Ain't nothing no different then than it is now. So go get that free speech from Frederick Douglass and pay attention to what I'm telling you now. Get a cup of coffee. Get you a blunt. Get you a Snickers. We're going to be a while. That's Marilyn Mosby. We talk about the new face of old Jim Crow. The oppression of black people. That's the face of it. That's her husband. And that's the media. Now you go directly to Senator Antonio Hayes and he has the book. So I don't want nobody left out the loop. Racism don't work without black cooperation. And that's the black face that gives all the white cooperation. You feel me? Documentary was about our prison industry. It was about mass incarceration. It was about the prison industry and mass incarceration. You kidnapped me from my residency in 2011. Maryland's prison industry. The O'Malley Brown machine. That's President Obama. He asked for an investigation in 2008. All right? In 2008. I'm the subject of the investigation. The ALCLU ain't did nothing about it. That's Governor O'Malley, and that's parole and probation. That's Governor O'Malley because I was making a documentary about Governor O'Malley. He was making a lot of money off of zero tolerance and stop and frisk. And I just served him up. Using this as the Constitution to get my point across. I got a freedom of speech, a right to property, to feel secure in my papers and my property. That's what the 4th of July is about. I'm 5'3". I ain't 3/5 of a man. Understand? So let's take this little journey. Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about the murder and the death of our kids. This is dedicated to Jarrell Nuray Davis. You feel me? That's November 2006. That's December 2006. My son was murdered 6 days after Governor O'Malley approved my program. So I got a vested interest in this. We're going back to where this all started from. Pennsylvania and Baltimore. You feel me? Right where it started at. Because y'all charged me with terrorism. Y'all charged me with crimes I didn't commit. Y'all charged me with being black in Baltimore County because I stood up against racism. I was just walking in the shadow of kings. Martin's shadow, Malcolm's shadow, Thurgood Marshall's shadow, Fred Hampton's shadow, Medgar Evers' shadow, Marcus Garvey's shadow, Harriet Tubman's shadow, the shadow of kings and queens. So I put up an art display for the 4th of July, like Frederick Douglass. I put up an art display up in Towson in the light of day. And ain't nobody calling the police on this. I'm famous for toilets. So we gonna run with this shit. Marilyn Mosby got full knowledge of this. She been having full knowledge of this since 2014. Marilyn Mosby been having full knowledge of this since 2014. I gave her husband the Shorty program with Ron Matz down there at Manic Monday. He had that program for like 6 weeks. Then they took my program and they used it for themselves. They stole my intellectual property. But you can't steal this because this is original. Y'all got a parade in Washington, D.C. with Donald Trump on the toilet? Dog, I'm the original toilet man. You can go do my history on toilets. You go to the Creative Alliance today and see my Donald Trump toilet. All right? I'm famous for toilets, and I'm going to run with that shit. I'm getting my freedom with toilets. Just like the walls of Jericho, when they marched around the city. We're going to see how many toilets it's going to take before I get freedom. No justice, no peace. Art and activism. Go to the Creative Alliance, because this is a creative truth. Take a picture. Shit lasts longer. I put that toilet in the Towson Courthouse to expose Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, and the corruption and racism in the courts. The prison industry. So I'm redoing it again. And today I'm doing it on the 4th of July. Last time I did it on Black History Month. This is a letter from Johnny Oleski asking for a federal investigation into my case. So I'm leaving this here for you. This is the Willie Lynch letters, the making of a slave. And I'm showing you how they make slaves out here in Baltimore County courts. I'm showing you the laws that they wrote. Jim Crow, Willie Lynch. You feel me? And I'm leaving it here. I'm going to show you the racism in Baltimore City and Baltimore County courts and your police department. I go to jail for the right reasons. I'm leaving this toilet here. If you want to charge me with a crime, we got to take that toilet to court. We take that toilet to court, that means a jury. I get a jury trial. I get 12 people to see racism in Baltimore County. I got a $130 million lawsuit I'm getting ready to file. Jane Miller, Barry Sims, Jeff Abel, Stephen Janis, Paul J. I advise y'all to turn my information back over to me. That's my intellectual property. Because if you don't turn it back over to me, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to include you in the lawsuit. It's my intellectual property and you can't take it. You didn't use it for me and you permitted the state to lie. You participated in the fraud. So I'm going to sue the stations too. Money's the only thing that white people respect. I'm going to take your money from you. Then you're going to respect me. Love me or hate me. You can't stop me. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution. Mike, check! I'm coming for what belongs to me. Happy 4th of July. Freedom is worth fighting for. Freedom ain't never free.